People like to ask me, how can I get my manifestation quicker? What can I do to speed things up? Blah, blah, blah. Manifestation is instant in imagination. In your 4D, it is instant, okay? The only delay in the 3D is in how long it takes for you to drop the old story, to drop the old identity, okay? So the fastest way to see it in your 3D, stop looking for it, okay? Checking can slow things down because it keeps you in that old assumption, in that old identity. Whenever you look to the 3D for proof, for one, you should never look to the 3D for validation. The only validation you need is within yourself, okay? You just go into your imagination and tell yourself you have it. But when you look into the 3D for proof, you are literally just regurgitating the old story again. So stop looking for proof. Persist in the new story, okay? And your affirmations will help you do that. Visualization, scripting, whatever you like to do. Whatever you like to do. But whenever you're affirming, you're in that state of having it. So when you're affirming, you're good. Even if you don't feel like you're in the state, you're in the state because you're thinking the thoughts that align with that version of yourself. Neutralize your doubts. So when doubts come up, don't argue with it. Just replace it with, it's already mine. It's already done. I have it. And your doubts are, where is it? Why ain't it here yet? It's been 2 months. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 days. It's been 2 hours. That's doubts. Asking, how am I going to get it? It's already mine. It's already done. I already have it. Anytime you have opposing thoughts of any kind, anytime you're contradicting it, I already have it. It's already mine. It's already done. Redirect and reaffirm. And remember, your doubts do not ruin anything. They literally only have as much power as you give them. So that's why I say neutralize them. Don't give them a meaning. They don't, they can literally be like clouds or cars, how they just pass by. Just let them pass by. Just let them go on their way. They'll go away. It's when you start thinking into the doubts that you tend to dwell in it. You're dwelling in it at that point when you're thinking about, oh my God, I have this doubt. I shouldn't be thinking that. Oh my God, no, you're human. You're going to have doubts. It's fine. It's fine. But again, they only have as much power as you give them, so don't give them power. Okay? Tell yourself, nah, that's the old story. I don't live there anymore. And go on with your day. But if you want something quickly, I like to saturate my mind. Because when I saturate my mind, especially in the past, when I was awful at wavering and opposing thoughts, literally saturating my mind helped prevent those opposing thoughts from coming through because I was affirming so much. I was saturating the shit out of my mind. I didn't have time to think against my desire when I was, thinking in my favor. So I like to saturate my mind if I want something quickly. Now, I personally don't really focus on how many times I am affirming. I just affirm, saturate my mind until it shows up in my reality. I'll literally do it until I get it. It's not about the number of times you affirm. It's about creating this new assumption, making the new story your dominant story, making it your final truth and accepting it as so. And repetition helps us do this, okay? It's about creating the new story, this new identity, and living there now, staying there, not going back to the old story, the old identity of yourself. You have to stop identifying with the old, with what you no longer want to experience. You have to stop repeating that old story. Stop thinking things, stop thinking thoughts that no longer serve the new version that you want to experience. So stop telling yourself nothing ever works out for you when you want things to always work out for you, okay? Start identifying as the version of you who gets what they want. And I do that by affirming. I'll say I always get what I want. Everything always works out for me. I'm just so freaking lucky. Manifestation doesn't have to take weeks, months, or years. But if it takes a few weeks, if it takes a few months, that's okay. My longest one took 2 months, and I still don't think that's awful. But at the end of the day, it does not have to take that long, okay? The moment you decide it's yours, it is yours because manifestation is instant in the 4D. The 3D is just a delayed mirror. So what you're living right now is simply old thoughts and assumptions. And I know I say this a lot, but some of y'all really need to understand. If you want to change fast, if you want to see results fast, you have to stop reacting to that old story and fully claim the new one. Again, I do this with affirming, okay? So decide it's done. No waiting, no someday. The moment you choose it, it is yours. And this is the part that gets people, but ignore the fucking 3D. You don't have to fully ignore it. You can acknowledge it because this is the reality that we live in, and it might not always be easy to just try to flip the script, but you can acknowledge it, but don't give your power to it. Don't accept it as your truth. But if you check for proof, or react to what you see now. You're just recycling the past, okay? Your job is to persist in the new story, no matter what the old story looks like, no matter what it shows you, no matter what you hear. Again, I like to saturate your mind, saturate my mind, so you saturate your mind. Every time your brain tries to go back to doubt or the old reality, flip it, okay? Flip it back to your affirmations. Redirect and reaffirm. This is how you shift states quickly. The more disciplined you are with this, the faster it reflects, guys. Like I say, it does take discipline. It does take discipline. You don't need years of work. You don't need a million different techniques. You decide what you want, you decide it's yours, you affirm, and you persist. And literally watch how fast your life freaking changes when you actually do persist in it. But seriously, stop overcomplicating it. Your manifestation is already yours. It is inevitable if you continue to persist. It is about returning to that decision no matter what the 3D shows you, okay? That decision that it's yours is the shift. That shift is instant. So think of it as you order food at a restaurant. You don't sit there hoping that the waiter puts it in. You decide what you want, you order it, and you trust it's on the way. That's exactly how manifestation works. And once you decide what you want, which is always the first step, you have to decide what you want. You know, I want to be wealthy. All right, I've decided I'm wealthy. Now, the quickest way, in my opinion, to lock it in is to robotically affirm. Like I said, in my opinion. Again, don't complicate it with like 20 different affirmations, visualizations, or rituals. Okay, you don't need all this shit. I like to pick 1 to 3 affirmations. I usually just stick to one. Because one is so much easier to just robotically affirm in my head. So like, it's already mine, it's already done, I already have it. I have the love, the money, the wealth, whatever, you know. Me and SP are together. We are in a happy, loving relationship. I make $500 a day. I make $50K a month. Whatever your affirmation is, loop it, okay? When you wake up, when you're driving, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're scrolling, when you're in the shower, when you're doing laundry, dishes, any idle time, okay? When you're doubting, loop them like a broken fucking record. You don't need to feel butterflies. You don't need to feel shit. You don't need goosebumps, okay? You don't need none of it. You just need repetition. Because repetition builds familiarity. And familiarity becomes your new normal, your new identity. And that is how the 3D shifts faster. And the 3D really is the part where people tend to slow themselves down because they tend to look around and at their current reality and go, well, nothing's happening. I don't see results. I don't see movement. I don't see anything. Maybe it's not working. Maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Okay? And that's exactly what keeps him in that same cycle that they don't want to experience. So, again, what you're seeing now is old. Okay? It's like looking at last week's news and expecting it to show you today's date, today's headline. If you want to manifest quickly, you need to stop reacting to what is around you, to your current 3D. Because again, it's old. It's leftovers. So, you know, anytime you tend to catch yourself reacting, this is old. My new story is already true. It's already mine. Me and SP's already together. I already have the $50K a month. The quicker you can brush off the old reality, the quicker your new one reflects. Anytime your mind tries to go back to the old story, I like to just flip it. So anytime your brain says, what if it doesn't happen? You would immediately respond, it already happened. I already have it. Your brain says, but I don't see it. And you say, it's already mine. It's already done. Every time you flip those thoughts, you're reinforcing the new story. You are giving the new story more power, and you are starving the old, okay? That's exactly what you're doing. And the faster you saturate your mind with this new state, the faster it hardens into fact. So, how do you manifest quickly? You decide. You affirm consistently. You ignore the 3D, and you saturate your mind with a new story until it becomes your new identity. You persist in it until it reflects into your reality. You don't need to wait months. You don't need a million different techniques. You don't need to find the perfect technique, the next best thing to help you get your shit faster, okay? The second you decide it's done, it's yours. The 3D just has to catch up. But seriously, stop trying to find the next best thing because it doesn't matter what technique you use. It doesn't, okay? Is there a secret formula? Not really. It's just your assumptions. It's you. Any method will work or not work because you put the power behind it. Whatever you assume will work will work. Whatever you assume isn't working won't work. It's really based on you and your assumptions. So if you're assuming that, visualizing doesn't work for you, okay, then there you go. You've affirmed it. You've created that assumption. It's not going to work for you. If you assume that the whisper method, because that's the one I did for my first conscious manifestation, and I went into this method thinking that it was going to work for me, and it did in 11 days. So it's truly about the power you put behind it, your assumption behind it. It does not matter the method. You're the secret formula, not the methods. You are the secret method. So, it doesn't matter what you use or what you do. It's all about you. Okay? You are the secret method. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, because this does help me get out to other people who may be looking for answers themselves. And if you do want help locking in your new reality, feel free to click the link in my bio or email me for coaching at manifestwithbeth@yahoo.com. Y'all got this, okay? Just keep persisting.